Hey, yeah, what's up? This is Hyper Marcello Kearns, rain back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, and, and everybody with him. Yeah, so this video basically is gonna be about more of what my ex-brother, my blood brother, did. Um, this story is basically this is about when he tried to hit on my girl, when he tried to have sex with one of my females. So this is how the story started. So this was an ex-girlfriend that I was with from 2010. I used to work with her at the hospital. Me and her used to work at the hospital together. So she befriended me, and after work, started giving me rides. And I had a girl already. I had another girl that I was living with already. So we just became friends, and then my girl got jealous, basically, and that just kind of pushed me literally into the hands of this woman. Okay, so she became my girl, and I started living with her and everything like that, right, on my own, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just kicking it, having a good time, you know what I'm saying? Nothing serious, all love, all fun, all young fun. So, this is 2010 at this point. You know what I'm saying? I met her in 2009, though. At the hospital, like I said, me and her both working there. So, um, after I started living with her, I let her meet the family, but at this point, I keep my women, I was keeping my women away from the family for this very reason. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we were dating, started out 2009. So by 2012, I went up to New York October 21st, and I came up here October 22nd, 2012. Me and her didn't make it. We went back and forth, and I got with another woman after her, and I was with her and another woman. That was before New York, though. So obviously, this is my story. Obviously, this is my life before Christ. What a lot of the viewers may not understand, and even when they watch my videos in the future, my videos, I haven't been a Christian. I haven't been living for the Lord my whole life. So I received the Lord in 1999, August 1999. But there are a lot of times where my walk became. My walk went through different terrains and then and through different weathers. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted you to know that. So by 2012, me and her didn't make it. I was living with another woman. Before 2012, I was with her and another woman at the same time, back and forth, living with two. They were both talking on the phone to each other. I had two women that didn't have a problem with sharing me, basically. Okay, that defines my sexuality, basically. That's how I was. That was the nucleus example of my sexuality. How my sexuality was defined by women, with being with women. So 2012 October comes, I leave. I go to New York, then I stay up there to 2014, then I go to Los Angeles. I come back to North Carolina, July 2004. 14. So, so November comes, and I'm living with my mom's at the time. I'm back home, from Los Angeles, so I don't have a place to stay. So I'm staying with my mom. So my mom, this girl that I was dating from back in 2011, that I was telling you about, I met at the hospital. She met my mother and everything. She was cool with my mother. So my mom wanted me to say, oh, it would be nice to talk to this lady I'm telling you about. So I vicariously texting the person on my mom, and they start talking. Okay, this was November. So my mom said she talked to her and everything went good, this, that, and the third. So because that was my ex-girlfriend, I didn't talk to her. I didn't try to say, yeah, I heard you and my mom talked or whatever. I didn't say nothing through November, Christmas, or even New Year's Eve. You know what I'm saying? Then after New Year's Eve 2015, I said, you know what? Since my mom had a good conversation with my ex, let me see what's up. You know what I'm saying? It's the top of the year, you know what I mean? So I texted her, whatever. She decided to come through and pick me up or whatever. So I went back to her house, and she was like, did your mom tell you what happened? And I'm like, just glad to see her, you know, in this mindset. I'm like, huh? She like, your mom tell you what Tremaine did? That's my brother, my ex-brother's name, my blood brother. I was like, what happened? She was like, your mom tell you what Tremaine did? She was like, he texted me, try to have sex with her. So she shared the text. She showed me the text of him talking about her clitoris and everything, and talking about her vagina and everything. She was just so embarrassed about the whole situation and angry about the whole situation. Okay, so I was like, wow, you know what I mean? Because this like never happened. You know what I'm saying? My relationship with my ex-brother was this is how it was when it come to females. So you'll know the jealousy situation. There was never no jealousy or rivalry in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I offered him girls when we was in school. I offered him girls that was in high school, older than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was my relationship. So I didn't have no hang up with women and ego with women and trying to use, you know what I'm saying, put women in front of him or trying to take women from him or something like that. That's a perfect example of my relationship with him as far as females go. So I said, you know what I want you to do? I want you to call him right in front of me and let him know you with me. So that's what she did, you know what I'm saying? And they got in an argument, and he called her ugly. Now this is the female he trying to have sex with. That part. He called her ugly, she's crying, she's like tripping and everything like that. You know. So then, hold on, here's the punchline. This is January. We have a death in the family right at that same time. So me and her still kick it. I still stay with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lover, you know what I'm saying? So I just stayed. After all that happened, I still stayed with her, you know what I'm saying? Weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, you know what I'm saying? And during that time, we had a death in the family, you know what I'm saying? And guess who calls to try to tell her we have a death in the family? My brother calls her and texts her and tell her we have a death in the family. Like we good, like they good like that. I'm like, what? Okay. Now that's really insulting that you're at this time that we got a death in the family, that you want to choose to play a game and choose to step on toes in the middle of a death in the family. Let me say that again. My brother chose to step on toes and play games when we had a death in the family by calling his brother's ex-girlfriend. Okay? That's what happened. That's how it happened. Now, for him to label me any kind of sexual weirdo or anything like that, then why was he trying to have sex with my girl then? Back in 2015. Back in 14. Back in 2014, October is when the text came through. Actually, it was October 21st, 2014 when he actually texted her. Why you trying to have sex with my girls if I'm a sexual deviant then? If you felt I was a sexual deviant, you would feel like any girl that I was with was unclean. You feel me? You'd be like, nah, she had sex with that dude. Nah, Yeah, but he's steady trying to have sex with my girls. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he sent the text to her October 21st, 2014. So, yeah, man. So after that happened, all that happened, sent a text to her that we had a death in the family and everything. And I was just like, I stayed up all night after that. That just threw me off. And see, my family don't really know because they was expecting me to be at the funeral. Even though I'm in and out of town, most of my family probably understand. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even have, the way I live, I couldn't even have been there in Charlotte when it happened. You know what I mean? And actually, I had been in town less than a year. You know, so, but I didn't tell none of my family that that probably was the reason why I stayed up all night. I stayed up all night before the funeral and I didn't even get there. By the time I got to the funeral, they were like about to go to the cemetery. So to me being me, man, I didn't want to come into that energy like that because all I really wanted to do was really say my goodbyes and everything. I didn't want to go through the whole motions of a funeral. And I really haven't, and maybe my family didn't understand this either, I really haven't been through the whole motions of a funeral since my grandmother. And really, I'm just not the person that want to go to funerals these days. My grandmother was my last full funeral, and that probably is why I'm like that anyway. But here's the punchline. You know, I love my mom and everything. But when I told you about my mom texting her, asking, it would be good and nice to hear from this ex-girlfriend. Remember I told you I vicariously text her and they talked and everything first before I text her. All right, back to the beginning of how our family connected with her. So my mom wanted to hear from her. Like I told you, I vicariously text her. My mom connected with her. My mom did not tell me that my ex-girlfriend told her that my brother had been sending her these nasty texts trying to sleep with her. My mother did not tell me. So this was November. So I went through Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's Eve in the dark, living with my mother. My brother wasn't there. I'm living and looking at the family and looking at her face every day, and she did not tell me that my brother had did what he did. She knew. She knew. You know what I'm saying? And I confronted this situation. Me and my mom talked about it, how loyal I've been to her. You know, that's what kind of person I am. So I confronted the situation and showed how I was loyal. I've been loyal to her all my life. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, I still feel like she was kind of loyal to my brother in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because like we wasn't living together, so I couldn't fight. I couldn't fight him because we wasn't staying there. He wasn't staying there. So, and she probably knew I wasn't I don't think she was thinking about me fighting him or hurting him. I think that she just basically held loyalty to Tremaine and was trying to keep peace at a fault, you know what I'm saying, and not telling me what was up, which was more important and more loyal. I understand keeping the peace, I understand, but eventually, you know that I got her number. You know I got the girlfriend number, right? I'm the one that text her for you. Eventually, you know, especially since y'all talking, that I'm gonna find out. Anyway, I'ma still find out anyway. It's inevitable. If I'm the one that I'm the one that text her, it's not a far-fetched thought to know eventually that I'm gonna probably text her again. And if the girlfriend told my mother, then you know she gonna tell me. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. I text her, and then she told me. You know what I'm saying? So how I feel is my mom held loyal to my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because even after it happened, one day when I used to smoke weed with my stepdad, me and him was smoking, and I was talking to my stepdad about it. This is after it all happened later on. And I was telling him how I felt wronged about it. And my mom came out in the garage while we was smoking, telling me, oh, that ain't what Tremaine said, and all this, trying to change the story of how it was. So she was defending him also. So with defending him after he tried to pursue one of my girlfriends and defending his position on it, her defending his position, my mother defending his position on it. And then on top of that, in the beginning, hold the loyal and not telling me through the holidays, not telling me through Thanksgiving, not telling me through Christmas, not telling me through the New Year's Eve, not telling me through none of that time. You know what I'm saying? That makes me feel she held loyalty to him. You know what I'm saying? Because she defended him after that, which means, like, why would you defend somebody that tried to pursue somebody's girlfriend? It's no excuse for that. You feel me? So it ain't no defense. Ain't no excuse. It don't matter what kind of situation they had. She came to my mother showing her the text. So obviously Tremaine and her didn't have no funny thing going on. If they did, then why would she tell my mother? So they didn't have anything funny going on because she exposed anything funny. She exposed everything funny to my mother. So obviously, but my mom was acting like, oh, that ain't what Tremaine said. She like as if they had some kind of undercover conversations, and it only happened when he called there looking for me, and she talked to him about my relationship with her, and the way Tremaine, my ex-brother, made it seem was like he had some chance. This is his mentality, which all she was doing was talking about her relationship with me. You know what I'm saying? I done had another female do that. My ex-wife did that one time. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like my mom at one time, she definitely did defend his position on it, like as if there was an excuse. And then she didn't tell me through the whole holidays. So Christmas in the morning in 2014, the Christmas tree wasn't even on. My mother always put the Christmas tree on early in the morning on Christmas. But Christmas 2014, the Christmas tree wasn't even on because I feel that my mother knew that me and my brother, she was sad about me and my brother, depressed probably a little slightly, or sad about me and my brother because she knew what was coming. But she still didn't tell me. Christmas, she didn't tell me. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, I had to text my girl, go over her to her apartment. And then that's when I found out. She said, did your mom tell you what happened? She told you what Tremaine did? I was like, nah. So my girl was more loyal in that case than my mom was. Because my girl told me everything. My mom didn't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people could be nice to a fault. They could try to keep down confusion to a fault. And you still wind up being at fault. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, you just have to completely, when somebody give you that kind of information, you know what I'm saying? And she's not telling you to confide. She's not telling you not to tell me. She told me. If you're in that kind of situation, you got to free yourself from that situation by letting the person know. You know what I'm saying? When it involves them, when it's a person that they, and you know it's that kind of bond, that kind of thing they got between them. You know that was his girlfriend, this person that was having sex with this person, and then the brother, the family tries to text this person. Nah, that's some stuff you tell that person. That's some stuff you tell that person. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that happened, man. You know what I'm saying? And then just from that point on, he started saying this and that and the third, but all he was trying to do was to sidestep and his own flaws and lack of integrity concerning what he had done. Once he had went behind my back trying to pursue one of my females, you know what I'm saying? He tried to throw all kind of other garbage out and all kind of half truths and twisting things around because he knew he had already did me wrong and he knew everybody was going to know about it. You know what I'm saying? So he had to go out and go before me and try to dirty up my situation, my name, and my credibility. Remind you, he already threw my cousin in jail for 15 years. My cousin had to do the 15 years. He's still in prison right now because of my ex-brother. My brother put him in jail for stealing a gun from him. He stole a gun from him. And this is one thing how I know my brother mentality. My brother said, we can kill somebody and get away with it. God will forgive us. And this is what he said. It's like, okay, you got a mentality where you think you can kill somebody and then come to God and ask God to forgive you and he'll forgive you. That's American Christianity. Like where you think you can just magically repent. Repentance is a matter of the heart. You know what I mean? Repentance is a matter of the heart. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep getting back up, but when you have a mentality like where you can harm somebody and then come to God, nah, God ain't with that. You'll be looking for repentance and won't find it. But this is what he told me. This is what he told me. So this is let you know the mentality of this person. Oh, he think he can kill somebody and get away with it. God will forgive him. This is his mentality. So he the type of person that would do something and then think God will forgive him and then come back to try to be right with God as a Christian. Yeah, he told me this himself. And he told me he went to a witch coven, which means he went to a place where witches are, black magic. Yeah, I don't trust nobody going to no witch covens. I'm telling you like that. I'm just saying I don't trust no witches and warlocks. I don't trust nothing that come out their mouth. I don't trust nothing that come out the mouth of somebody put somebody in jail for 15 years, and the person's still in jail right now as I speak. And I don't trust nobody that went behind somebody, their own brother back and try to pursue and have sex with their girlfriend, their ex-girlfriend. I don't trust no words to come out of somebody's mouth to do that. And after my mom held loyal to him, he called my mom retarded. My mom told me. Called his own mother retarded. Downed her for not getting her education. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting y'all know, man, all y'all people out there that's following behind that boy, man, y'all on a sucker mission. And like I told y'all the other time, the whole reason he doing all of this in the first place is because his wife lusted after me and was sexually attracted to me. Basically. This is what you going. It wasn't nothing because he felt he was abused or something. At July 4th, 2010, his wife moaned and lust and said, in front of everybody. While I was like telling a joke or something like that and just being charismatic in front of everybody. And everybody was quiet. So it was so loud. It was so obvious. The uncontrollable moan of lust that I thought I was the only one that heard it. I mean, I paid attention, I remembered it, but this has been the whole reason. Like my brother kicked her and his little baby out, just like the baby did. He did that back in 2012. And then let me live with him the next day. The same day, I watched her leave. I saw her before she left. She left us a video recorded, and me and him, having the good heart I had, crying and watching her on a video. But all he was doing was kicking them out because he couldn't stand what she did. He probably didn't love the baby. And he just wanted to see what my heart was. That's the whole reason he even let me live with him at that time. Me and my girl had got burned out of a apartment. You know what I'm saying? And we went to live with in a motel, and we wasn't doing good anyway. And then, you know, with him and his girl, obviously they were going through something. I don't know. And so, but it was just, I was living in a motel right down in the area where they was at. He kicked her out, and then he invited me to stay with him. But the whole situation was to see what my heart was, if I had some kind of feelings towards him and his wife, because it was also a rumor in my family that I slept with his wife. And I showed y'all with all the girls, like I had 2 women at the same time. This was during that time. They was married during that time. When I had 2 women talking on the phone with each other. That part. And I still got accused when I was never in the vicinity of them. We was on 2 different opposite sides of town. I was on the east side of town in Charlotte, and he was on the west side of town. You know what I'm saying? And he blamed, and so it was a rumor in the family. You know what I'm saying? Nobody even was forthcoming with telling me that. Nobody even came to me and was forthcoming with that information. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting y'all know, man, what y'all supporting. I'm just letting you know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not oblivious to the streets. I'm not oblivious to anything, especially with having the Spirit of God. I'm just letting y'all know, man, y'all on a sucker mission, man. And y'all been following the sucker mission, man. Somebody that's mad because of what another woman did, another woman lusting after me, and it ain't my fault. I'm gonna tell you like Silk the Shocker tell you, it ain't my fault.